funding to continue. We've had it there since 2016. That is for the cattle industry. That's where we get our research dollars. We get a little promotion dollars out of it. Mostly our research that we depend on from mainly the University of Florida IFAS for our research every year.
You know, there's some bills out there that you all been watching. Obviously, the budget is the main thing, and I understand there's going to be some work going on this next week then, right?
Yeah, this is the time of year that all of the committees have submitted budget requests. So this is when the budget chiefs are rolling them together as their subcommittee budgets, and they will have hearings on those. And then as we get closer to the end of the session, they'll be put together into one big appropriations bill for the Senate and one for the House, and then they'll put those together. So we're looking for additional funding also for the University of Florida Veterinary School.
More of Art's comments can be found on our website, southeastagnet.com. And a quick note, last week the Biden administration announced more appointments to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's regional positions, including some Farm Service Agency state executive directors. One of those named was Deborah Tannenbaum, who has been appointed FSA State Executive Director for Florida. Most recently, she served as Deputy Commissioner of Agriculture at the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. Read more about this on our website, southeastagnet.com. Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have plenty of sunshine today with a high of 66 to 68. Clear skies tonight, chilly with a low of 43 to 53. Then mostly sunny and pleasant on Tuesday, high tomorrow 70 to 72. Wednesday will be partly sunny, another nice day with a high of 74 to 78. Mostly sunny Thursday, mostly cloudy Friday. We expect showers late Friday night. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. On a sad day in the radio world. A sad, sad day in the radio world. It's cold outside, bright sunshine. Going to be 68 degrees today for a high. Going to warm back up. It's a psychotic time of the year. I will tell you some good news in the radio world. We are back on YouTube. But with Galen Unall from Life South and I talking the way we don't have any filters, who knows how long that'll last, Galen. Good morning to you.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? Good morning.
Back on YouTube, but who knows how long?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
I like what Joe Rogan.
He doesn't like us.
I listened to Joe Rogan give a statement over the whole Neil Young thing, and now Joni Mitchell joined, another '60s protest singer. All of them, by the way, are getting off Spotify because they're financially secure enough. It doesn't hurt their bottom line. If it hurt their bottom line, they wouldn't be doing it. But that's neither here nor there. But I like what Joe Rogan said.
Deeper than that. Yeah.
I like what Joe Rogan said. Joe Rogan said, look, what was misinformation 8 months ago is not misinformation anymore. And he used the premise of they told us that the vaccines would, make it where you couldn't get the virus. Well, then Omicron showed up, and that's misinformation now because you can get the virus even though you've been vaccinated. So misinformation changes to fact, and fact changes to misinformation almost daily with this virus. So how can you hold my my podcast accountable? And Neil Young, Southern Man, don't need you anyhow.
Well, and I think it's a little more insidious than that. I mean, remember, the vaccine didn't stop you from getting Delta either.
No.
Because it just prevented you from going to the hospital.
Right.
Which is okay. All right. And again, this is why if you want to get the vaccine, get the vaccine. I think we've said that from day one.
Day one.
I mean, I don't think we've ventured for that. If you want to wear a mask.
And by the way, I got the vaccine. So, but Neil Young, Neil Young, 60% of Neil Young's revenue, he says, comes from Spotify. Well, then you must be financially secure, because I don't know anybody, unless you're independently wealthy and really don't care, that can take a 60% hit to your bottom line.
Well, but it's more he doesn't own his song.
Oh, he doesn't own his catalog anymore?
No, he doesn't own his catalog. He sold it maybe 8 or 9 years ago, which I think is a smart deal for them. And the people who bought it are heavily entwined and invested in Pfizer, which is where all this goes back to.
Oh, okay.
I find it amazing. The people who are most against people who talk up about, like, anti-mandate vaccines and stuff, their biggest advertiser is Pfizer. So, yeah, it's kind of sad. Hey, did you get a chance to see what's going on in Canada with the truck convoy?
I did look at a story on that on Friday afternoon after you told me about it. And that's I mean, this thing has really it's taken on this has become an animal all to itself.
Well, and they've done it.
Yeah.
Without the support of any social media, because the social media blocked it. The Prime Minister came out on Friday and said, I am scared for my life. I'm scared for my family's life. I'm scared for everyone who works in this building, and I'm encouraging people to no longer show up. And then he has taken his family to somewhere else, because the trucks were all going in front of their parliament, right?
Right.
And the truckers are like, look, we're just being peaceful. And then the media, I saw this shot, and again, to me, it's everything that's wrong right now. The media is like, one of their biggest concerns is that emergency vehicles aren't able to get through the convoy. As they're saying that,
an ambulance
emergency vehicle
it comes
flies
through.
by.
Exactly.
I'm like, all right, and they're like, we're helping the emergency vehicles get through. We are not stopping traffic. And again, this is what's crazy is, a year ago, Trudeau was talking about how great the truckers were. They were doing and filling our shelves. Now they're the villains. And by the way, they're not anti-vax. They're just anti-vax mandate, which I think is again, that's my position. I think it's a reasonable position. There are a lot of people who can't get this vaccine for a lot of different reasons.
What I like,
and I think we're a land of freedom.
What I like in this Canadian thing is after the first day, the headlines were like, trucker convoy. Police report no injuries, no incidents of violence after first day of trucker protest, right? Second day, they don't even ask the police. Freedom convoy, truckers cause chaos in Ottawa after second day of protest. And then they start using unnamed sources. They get away from what the police record is, because the police record is showing no violence, no interruption. It's just a protest. Well, the media doesn't want that. So the media goes away from that and starts saying, truckers cause chaos in Ottawa in second day of protest. According to unnamed sources, truckers have caused chaos in the streets. They quit reporting what the police were telling them, because the police were telling them, much to do about nothing to see here, folks. Peaceful protest of truckers, exercising their right to say they don't like what's going on.
My favorite one, I read an article, it's like, they're causing so much division, and they keep honking all day long. They honk into the evening.
Yes.
They didn't stop till 9 o'clock.
and the Prime Minister, Prime Minister, I'm scared. I'm
Canada.
scared for my family's safety. Stop it. You're the Prime Minister of Canada. Your family's in good shape. Okay.
Well, again, I mean, and this isn't the first attack on truckers over the last 2 years. I mean, the new CDL guidance that's come out, the data logs, and it's becoming very difficult to be a trucker. Same time, their value and their need is skyrocketing. Just think about if you could not go through any border, especially between Canada and the U.S. So if you like your Canadian whiskey, a certain crowned Canadian whiskey, you couldn't get it anymore. I mean, this doesn't make any sense to me. They're by themselves for 10, 12 hours a day, right? And then they go home to their families, hopefully, and they're with other people for like an hour. I mean, what are we talking about? This is the insanity that is this whole response to a virus.
It really is. And it's just not, it's not protest here. It's protest worldwide. And now you see it in this. And the misinformation, you want to talk about misinformation. The fact the news media just stopped quoting what the police are saying and went with unnamed sources so they could still get their story out. They can still get their headlines out without there being any disruption to it. Because the police said after day one, it was a peaceful protest. We had no arrest, no turmoil, nothing. It was just, a protest. Big deal. Well, the news media, they're not having that. They're not having it.
I was literally watching an update yesterday morning about the protest. And while I was watching it, it was some video on a TV station in Canada. A Pfizer ad played before the segment about the convoy. So, again, money corrupts everything, and this is all a money grab, and that'll probably get us kicked off YouTube forever.
Yeah, probably, but we're switching over anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, hey, I don't know if you saw this over the weekend, but, in the realm of, we already knew that. Janet Jackson, in an interview leading up to her, she got a new thing coming out about her life on one of the channels, a 4-day thing about Janet. It's a documentary of its own, Janet Jackson is the name of it. A&E and Lifetime Documentaries produced it. Well, in leading up to that, she's come out and said, she's led up to that by coming out and saying that her and Justin Timberlake are still very good friends despite the wardrobe malfunction controversy at the Super Bowl. They've moved on from that controversy, and she absolves Mr. Timberlake, saying the whole shenanigans was her doings and her idea in the realm of, we already knew that. You had a sunburst. You had a sunburst piece of jewelry on when he pulled the patch off. And first off, it was a patch that got pulled off. We already knew you had okayed it. Nobody's just going to bare their breast like that on national TV without knowing it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it was, by the way, talking about, that's all people talked about for like months.
And by the way, that was a pretty good Super Bowl, too, and it got overshadowed by this one incident.
And it was actually a good halftime show.
Yeah.
You could never see it again.
Oh, no, I got it on VHS.
It was a pretty good halftime.
I got it on VHS.
Oh, of course you do. Zoomed in.
Oh, yeah. You can go watch it on the internet anyway, anytime you want to. You can go find it on the internet anytime you want to.
Yeah,
but,
rule.
But I just don't understand why stars think they need to come out and say these things, except for, I know it's PR. I know why they do it. But we already knew that, Janet. We knew that within seconds of after we got over that. Did we just see that? What did we just see? After we got over that, we knew you were behind it, Janet. We knew.
Yeah. Well, I remember at one point she was blaming Justin that he didn't have permission to do it,
and he just ripped my clothes. Yeah. Yeah.
And to Timberlake's credit, he just kind of stayed quiet over the whole thing, which I think is a smart move.
Yeah. So but to come out this many years later and say, "Oh, it was really we know, Janet. We know. We were well aware of that within minutes of it happening. We're aware."
Sure.
We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the upcoming football game. Pretty good weekend this weekend. We'll talk about that next. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday, just underway on a Monday with Galen Udall from Life South. Joining us, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and Just Shipped. Galen, over the weekend, yesterday actually, the AFC and NFC games were played. Two second-half comebacks. Looked like both teams that were leading at halftime were in complete control of the football game, but they forgot the game's 60 minutes, not 30 minutes. The Kansas City-Cincinnati game goes into overtime, where Joe Burrow, on a fantastic interception by Cincinnati, and then Joe Burrow takes him down, gets him in field goal, within field goal range, and they kick a field goal. And the Cincinnati Bengals, for the first time in 30-some-odd years, on their way to Los Angeles to play in the Super Bowl against, for the second year in a row, the home team will be represented in their own stadium for the Super Bowl. Last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. This year, the Los Angeles Rams will take on the Cincinnati Bengals in their home stadium in Los Angeles. But yesterday, it was hard to tell whether there was more San Francisco fans or L.A. fans in the stands for that game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, it's L.A. I mean, they got better things to do. But I thought that Bengals game was over when they went up 21-3.
Over.
The Chiefs were up 21-3. And I'm like, man, their Chiefs defense was flying around. There was no answer for Mahomes. He was getting pressure and still being able to make
McKinnon
plays.
was ripping off 8-yard runs at a time like it was nothing.
Yeah, and then they just decided they were going to change their philosophy, and the Chiefs and Andy Reid, trying to be the smartest person in the room, quit running the football, and the Bengals figured some things out and shut them down. And Joe Burrow is he's the new GOAT, right? I really believe he is if there is a guy who's the next Tom Brady, it's Joe Burrow. I mean, he's got that swagger. He's got that confidence. He is that dude in every locker room he's in.
And think about the parallel. Somebody else said that yesterday. When you sent that text to me, I was like, I don't know about that. And I was texting with my buddy who's from Massachusetts, who played football with me at Georgia Southern. He goes, I don't know that I'd give him that yet, but I understand the parallels because it's a guy who, was thought of as okay, but not the greatest when he was transferring school to school. He comes into the league on a bad team, just as Brady came into the league. Remember, New England was a bad football team.
But they had Drew Bledsoe, and they had made the playoffs the year before, but
they still weren't thought of. They still weren't thought of as a threat for the Super Bowl or anything.
No, absolutely not.
And so they have people who are going to be stars, but aren't stars at the time. Although Chase, as his rookie season, has tried his best to become a star in his rookie season. So he was drawing a lot of parallels, and I was like, okay, maybe there is an argument for. He's in that situation where it could look like a Brady-esque type career if he continues going forward. If he does Dan Marino and this is his only appearance in the game, well, then the whole thing changes. The whole dynamic changes. And remember, everybody thought Dan Marino in year number 2 was going to be in multiple Super Bowls the rest of his career, and year number 2 was the only year he got to the Super Bowl.
Well, I have a good analogy for you for Dan Marino. We're not going to get there yet, but I do believe that Joe Burrow is probably the 4th or 5th best quarterback in the NFL. And if Brady retires, like there's all kinds of reports that he is, and then he says he's not, and then
I know why he's not. I know why he hasn't officially retired yet either. I got a story this morning that tells me exactly why Brady and his camp are saying that's not accurate. But go ahead and get to your point, and then I'll bring that up.
Well, I will tell you the best analogy in the game today for Dan Marino is Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
There you go. That's who Aaron Rodgers is. He's Dan Marino.
Except he won a Super Bowl and Dan didn't.
Overrated. Right.
The only difference is they're both overrated. Oh yeah. Compilers.
Yep. Me first attitudes.
Compilers.
Always blames everybody else for his fault.
Better known for their glove commercials and their State Farm commercials.
Insurance commercials. Yeah, there's your perfect analogy. And Aaron Rodgers will have a career in media that's much longer than his playing career. So,
of course, my dislike of the Dolphins probably has something to do with me easily drawing that comparison.
Are they great players? Sure, they're just not that. I just think they're overrated.
I got a little clarity on why Tom Brady hasn't retired yet.
All right, this will be interesting.
February 4th. That's why Tom Brady hasn't retired yet. February 4th. If he is on the active roster of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and is not retired on February 4th, he gets the remaining $15 million of his $20 million signing bonus.
Oh, well, there you go.
He's not officially doing squat till February 5th. You can say unnamed sources. You can say Adam Schefter this, and not Ian Poulter, but Ian Rappaport this. You can say all you want. Until February 5th, nothing's going to be official, I bet you, because in February 4th he gets $15 million.
Yeah, and if you're a Bucs fan, you're like, oh, that's going to hurt our cap. Look, you won the Super Bowl only because Tom Brady was on your team.
100%.
You went this far in the playoffs because of Tom Brady, so good for you. I think he's gone. I think he's retiring. I just do. I don't know where he would go, where his situation would be equal. But then again, it's Tom Brady. He can go wherever the heck he wants. No, I'm serious. I mean,
I agree with you. He could do any of the. I mean, he can't go to Buffalo.
Let me just throw something out. If he went to that San Francisco team, San Francisco's in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Right. You replace Tom Brady
with
you replace Jimmy Garoppolo for Tom Brady. They win the Super Bowl.
And by the way, I think Tom Brady would love to do that to show. See, y'all thought Jimmy G was the answer. He couldn't win with his team. I just won the Super Bowl with him. I could see him using that as motivation to stay if he could get the San Francisco job.
And I think the 49ers like, look, we drafted our guy. We like our guy. We're going to let him play next year. But Tom Brady's like, I could come home. I could play in the same stadium as, Joe Montana and all that. But, again, or same uniform. I mean, I think he's done.
Well, get ready, folks. Get ready, Tampa Bay fans, because you think it's time for Kyle Trask in Tampa Bay? Not so fast.
Oh,
There are reports that Aaron Rodgers is interested in Tampa Bay.
I saw that. That will hurt me as a Bucs fan. Because then I'll have to root for him, and you'll hear me coming on the show apologizing for him.
That would drive you. It would be great for me. Oh, it would eat at your insides.
Oh yeah.
But it would be great for me. I would love it. I would love hearing you do that. Oh, it'd be great.
Well, I remember when A-Rod was coming to the
Red Sox, and you were having to get prepared for that. I know.
Like, look, how can you not? He's the best player in baseball. He's not that bad of a guy. Just misunderstood. You're saying all those things to yourself. It's the worst. And then the day they leave, you're like, oh, thank God that guy's off our team. He was a cancer. Unless you win the whole time, and then he's great. But oh man, that stinks when a player that you absolutely can't stand goes to your team.
And the problem is,
you have to become an apologist.
The problem is,
worse.
Aaron Rodgers would be a good fit at quarterback if Tom Brady leaves. That's the issue.
Well, he won't have Gronk. Gronk won't stay.
No, Gronk won't stay.
Gronk's done.
But hey, you're only one move away from Kyle Trask being your starting quarterback.
Well, did you see the report about the Indianapolis Colts and the Bucs in conversation about getting Wentz?
I did see that, but Wentz is horrible. Wentz is terrible.
Yeah. I mean, he was the MVP. He just makes bad decisions, and by the way, Aaron Rodgers does kind of the same thing.
You had a guy that made bad decisions. 31 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, same year. You had a guy that made bad decisions. Hey, we got to take a break. We'll be right back after this timeout.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Following protests of Spotify kicked off by Neil Young over his claim of COVID-19 vaccine misinformation, the music streaming service says that it will add content advisories before podcasts discussing the virus. In a post Sunday, Spotify chief executive Daniel Ek laid out more transparent platform rules. The Joe Rogan Experience, which has been criticized for spreading virus misinformation, claims some of yesterday's misinformation are today's scientific facts.
The problem I have with the term misinformation, especially today, is that many of the things that we thought of as misinformation just a short while ago are now accepted as fact. 8 months ago, if you said, if you get vaccinated, you can still catch COVID and you can still spread COVID, you would be removed from social media. Now, that's accepted as fact.
The Cincinnati Bengals will play the Los Angeles Rams in Super Bowl 56 on February 13th. USA Radio News.
In the United States, heart failure impacts more than 6 million adults, leading to about 1 million hospitalizations each year. Heart failure is a long-lasting condition in which the heart is unable to pump enough blood to meet the body's needs for blood and oxygen. But there are things people can do in consultation with their healthcare provider to help manage their disease. This is true for Ray, who is currently living with heart failure.
I find that communications with my doctors is key. This includes notifying them of any changes in heart failure symptoms and listening to their advice.
To help support people living with heart failure by providing educational resources, Merck, in collaboration with Mended Hearts, has introduced At the Heart of the Matter, moving forward after your heart failure hospitalization.
While it can be discouraging at first to hear that you have heart failure, you eventually find out you aren't alone in this journey.
Learn more, know more. Visit attheheartofthematter.com for more information. This segment is brought to you by Merck.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros, trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and this country. As veteran specialists, Hires Baxley Funeral Service helps us celebrate Dad's life and can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-484-0891 or visit hiresbaxley.com/choice.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Buffett. Save the Manatee Club has helped to protect imperiled manatees and their aquatic habitat for decades, but there's still more work to be done. Threats from cold weather, red tides, pollution, and boat collisions continue to take their toll on the manatee. So let's work together to safeguard the manatees and the places they call home. Be the friend they need. Visit SaveTheManatee.org. Thank you.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday, the Super Bowl is set. The Cincinnati Bengals will play the Los Angeles Rams in Los Angeles 2 weeks from yesterday. The Pro Bowl is this weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada. It has been the last few years in Orlando, Florida. And, is there a more, Galen, for Life South Georgia, Galen, is there a more unheralded or less watched all-star game or, just a game that doesn't matter than the Pro Bowl, the NFL Pro Bowl?
No, it's by far and away means nothing. I mean, at least in the NBA, they have a dunk contest that's kind of entertaining. The home run contest, home run derby is kind of exciting in baseball. Football is just nothing.
Well, the skills challenge for football is nothing because they're not really showing it. At least the baseball home run derby, they're pitching the ball and you're having to hit it. That's something you do every game.
Well, Garrison Hurst destroyed that.
Right.
When he destroyed his knee.
When he tore his knee apart. Right.
Yeah, so it's just not worthwhile. I don't even watch it. They don't play defense. They don't really tackle.
And nobody, everybody opts out. You get like the third and fourth string guys. It's much better.
They're not allowed to blitz.
It's much better to be named all pros than it is to go to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, of course. They should just go 7-on-7, make it that. That would be more entertaining. do, flag or something. That would be more entertaining than anything else.
I just think they should have a NFL softball game. Be done with it.
Sure, why not? Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It matters just as much. Do it. Because literally, the problem with the Pro Bowl is I played the game for a while. Okay, and the Pro Bowl is something nobody takes serious, so that's where injuries could happen. You're going half speed.
Yeah, but they don't even.
I know you're going half speed. You're not giving it your all, and that's what. And there hadn't been any big injuries in a while, but the possibility's always there.
That's because they don't really tackle. Yeah,
but just turning on that turf could tear your knee up.
Absolutely. Yeah. I understand. I don't think it's a big deal.
It's a useless endeavor. It's only a money grab. Sure. When was the last time you actually watched the Pro Bowl?
Never. No, I don't think I've ever watched it.
I watched it. I remember vividly. I think I was like 9, 10 years old. Because I was digging football then to the point where I watched anything.
You weren't on the air, but when they had this thing the first time in Orlando, we were giving away tickets on this radio.
And you couldn't.
You could not give them away.
No, I remember. Give them away. I remember. I wasn't on the air then, but I remember because I got a phone call going, "Hey, I got some tickets. You want to go to the Pro Bowl?" No, I do not.
Nope.
Nope.
No, I don't.
No, I'm rearranging. I'm rearranging that weekend my mixed vegetables in my pantry.
Correct. Yeah.
Very important.
The garage really needs to be cleaned out.
I literally have to.
I'm helping my neighbor move.
I literally have to dust all the numbers in my mechanical bedroom clock. I don't even have a digital.
Absolutely.
These are where the numbers fall, and I have to wipe the dust off all the numbers.
Sure, I'm with you.
I mean, it's just the Pro Bowl is useless to me. It's going to be on this weekend. It's in Vegas now. They moved it to Orlando to get it out of Hawaii because nobody went to Hawaii. So they thought if they moved to Orlando, people would come with their children to Orlando. That was a flop. So now they moved it to Vegas thinking that people will come to Vegas. That's not going to get – people are coming to Vegas and it'll have nothing to do with the Pro Bowl.
No.
Nope. Stop the game. Just do away with the game.
Joke.
Give us the weekend. Matter of fact, you know what I would rather see? If you want to really captivate me and get me to watch, take all the people that made the Pro Bowl and put them in a celebrity golf challenge in Henderson, Nevada during this weekend where I get to see how bad they are at golf. Some of them aren't golf. Where I get to see offensive linemen. I get to see offensive linemen shank a ball and kill somebody at the tee box.
They should take the best 5 NFL films of all time and just play them. That's what they should do.
Or just every year rerun a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's what ESPN does for the national championship game. They rerun national championship games. I was sick and tired of watching the Florida State Auburn game because they played it all week before the Alabama Georgia game.
I watched the Texas USC game again.
2006.
Man, what a great football game that was. You forget how great of a football game that was.
How Vince Young, a guy who never made it in the NFL, put a team on his back and carried them to a national championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was not going to be denied at the University of Texas.
And I really thought that Bush would be a much better NFL player than he turned out to be. He just never found a home and never really figured out what he was good at.
No, his dad found a home.
That's true. He's fine. He's wealthy now. He's got no problems. But I really thought he was going to be like a top flight running back, the Marshall Faulk type.
And he just never materialized.
No, I really.
Speaking of running backs, as you thought their career was going to go different, Joe Mixon's doing pretty good now, huh?
Well, Joe Mixon, I really thought that incident that happened in the chicken wing place at 2 o'clock in the morning with some woman, we would today call her a Karen, right?
Yes.
A cell phone. When I watched it, I was like, what's he supposed to do in that situation? He's a young kid. You're attacking his pride and everything else. I don't know what he's supposed to do at that point. You'd love for him to walk away, but he's just not built to walk away. I'm not absolving him of it, but it took two to tango, and she really wanted to tango. That's what I'll say.
Well, I mean, you could see that she was, and by the way, alcohol was involved.
There's no doubt about it. But I think that the fact that they didn't press charges, I think, they pressed charges but it was thrown out of court. I think it was the right decision. So I don't have a problem with it, but it did destroy his reputation. And man, if he had just become a good, solid NFL running back, if not the best in the league, that since Henry got hurt and Kamara was hurt all year. I mean, Joe Mitchell, incredible season.
I mean, there are some people that say, Galen, punching a woman in the face like that was a little more than just what's he supposed to do. Come on now.
You watch the whole video.
Oh yeah, she slaps him. She slaps him pretty good. She's
once,
right twice. I remember the incident.
I mean, what's he supposed to do? And he doesn't hit her. He didn't punch her. You can't really tell with the video if he punches her or kind of pushes her away. But I mean, she went down. And I'm not. As I said, I'm not absolving him. But in that situation, it takes two to tango. It just does. So. I just don't know what the guy. He just wanted to chicken wing.
Well, and she was all up in his grill. Don't get me wrong, invading his personal space, slapped him twice. But you're right. In a perfect world, he's supposed to walk away there.
Right.
But he seemed to have put that behind him. He's doing great in the NFL. From everybody that talks about him, it was a learning moment for him. It was one of those moments where he went, "Damn, I can't do that. I'm even though I want to be just like everybody else, I am different because of my talents, and I need to realize I'm different and carry myself in a different way." And from every indication from that incident in college, what was it, 8 years ago now, he has become a very I think it was 2014, maybe 2013, 2014,
wow.
7 years ago. 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And from every indication, he took that as a moment where he realized that his life was not normal and that he had to operate at a different situation than everybody else around him, and he's done so in his career. So that no matter how bad the controversy was, it looks like the young man learned from it and has moved on.
Who was the player who decked his wife or whatever in the elevator?
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice.
Yeah,
knocked her out and then drug her out of the elevator by her arm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was far worse. Yeah, he ended up back in the NFL.
No, he's never been back in the NFL since then. Ray Rice never
came back.
Nope, Ray Rice never got a job after that.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's probably best.
Yeah, and what did Ray Rice say? Well, she slapped me. You saw it on video. Oh, no, stop. Knocking somebody out like that just because she slapped you? Stop. Don't try to excuse yourself that way.
Boy, they're talking about, I remember in Baltimore, they were circling the wagons for that guy. And again, when you're a fan, you sometimes have to apologize for some pretty bad behavior. Like Urban Meyer. I just wanted to get back to Urban Meyer. So, like Urban Meyer with Florida. And Aaron Hernandez, killer tight end. Killing people with Florida, killing people in New England. Just killer.
Just shooting into cars in Miami.
Yep. And Urban Meyer knowing about it and apologizing for it. I like to bring that up as much as I can.
Jesus couldn't help him then.
No, I mean, he tried. Just think about what he would have been without Tim Tebow.
Who? I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
And how many times was Tim Tebow close to death? We don't know. We don't know.
The Palsy twins were there to protect him.
Well, that's probably it. Remember, Urban had the Chris guy. Who was the Chris guy that beat up his girlfriend not once but twice while he was here? He was from Lakeland too. He was part of that Lakeland State
Oh
championship team.
yeah. Oh gosh, what was it? The running back.
Yeah.
Running back / athlete.
Forget his name.
Oh, what was his name? I can't remember. Yeah.
There was
a lot of guys.
There was a few incidents in Urban Meyer's tenure at Florida that were a little chintzy. But hey, won 2 national championships. I like Urban Meyer. 2 national championships. Put a pretty good team out there. A lot of good young men.
Sure. I
Is that me apologizing for Urban Meyer because he won 2 national championships?
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Again, sometimes you're forced to.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers on his way to Tampa Bay. You'll be an Aaron Rodgers fan next week.
Look, hey, if Carson Wentz.
Chris Rainey. Somebody sent me a text. Chris Rainey.
Thank you. If Carson Wentz is a Tampa Bay Buck, you'll be hearing me talk about it. And I will tell you this: his aunt works at the hospital right here in Ocala. So, yeah. There you go. There's a look. Maybe he wants to come home and be close to his aunt.
Well, that's quite the possibility. You may, but Aaron, I still want Aaron Rodgers to come to Tampa Bay just to hear you have to eat crow and talk about how great Aaron Rodgers is.
I wouldn't. No. It's not eating crow because we're winning football games. We just won't win any games that matter.
You'd have to talk about how good Aaron Rodgers is in situations and everything. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
It'll be fantastic.
Well, it'll be like, wow, did you see that throw he made? There's no one else.
What I would do?
I would become Chris Collinsworth.
And you know what I would do?
become Chris Collinsworth.
You know what I would do? Even though Ivory likes the Bucks, because Ivory would so love just poking you for having to talk about how great Aaron Rodgers is and everything. I'd have Ivory on every day with us too on a third line. It'd be great. It'd be fantastic.
He doesn't actually like the Bucks.
Oh, he doesn't? That'd even be better then.
No, he only likes the players he represents.
That'd even be better then.
No.
That'd
he
even
doesn't
be better.
represent Aaron Rodgers, so he doesn't care.
Yeah, but he would care that you'd have to say things that you know not to be true in your heart, but you'd say them anyway because he's part of the Bucks team.
Yeah. Well, it was.
I'm pulling for it. I'm really pulling for Aaron Rodgers to the Bucks. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'll
be honest with you. I'm pulling for it.
I'll be depressed until week 1 when they win by 35 points and he throws for 462 yards.
So I saw this.
And
go ahead.
Everybody's like, Tom who? They'll just say Tom who. I'm like, trust me, you'll remember him by the post.
So I saw this on Friday, and I thought, this is exactly what Galen talks about. When Galen gets on his soapbox and he goes off, this is exactly what he's talking about. And I saw that Friday that the Florida legislature, in all its infinite wisdom, they got lots to do in Washington. They got a gambling pact with the Seminole Indian Nation that they need to get, finished so they can get it up and running. They got infrastructure issues. They got toll road issues. They got all kind of issues. And the number one thing they want to talk about Friday, because this is what government does, and this is your government shouldn't do but certain things. This is giving you fodder for your arguments. The state legislature has found it very important to name strawberry shortcake as the dessert of the state, because that's what is so important this legislative session. We need to make sure that the key lime pie gets moved to the state pie so that strawberry shortcake can be made the state dessert. Who the hell cares?
I don't even have any comment on it. We've got some pretty big problems going on.
Biggest problem is strawberry shortcake is not recognized as a dessert in Florida.
Well, what I would much rather them focus on is, you talked about the gambling tax or whatever they're going to do. They got to figure that out. But how about figuring out
That's $1 billion a year, by the way. $1 billion a year the Seminoles are going to give.
How about figuring out the Everglades situation with the water?
How about Okeechobee is 7 foot lower than it's been ever in its history?
Let's figure out what we're doing about a million things.
How about the Chattahoochee River and the agreement with Georgia so the Panhandle can still get water on a regular basis?
Right. And there's a ton of those things.
How about Silver Springs?
Well, I think they kind of solved that problem
Well,
as best they could. They turned it into a state park.
Yeah, but that's not very good. Where's the swimming at? There's a lot that can be done there. My point is, there's a whole hell of a lot in this state that can be talked about. And I know the strawberry farmers are wanting, the strawberry farmers are very important. Shut up. Why do we need to?
All of a sudden,
why do we need strawberry shortcake?
The strawberry festival. Like, well, is it going to change people to eat? Well, wait a second. It's now a dessert. You should eat it.
We already knew strawberry shortcake was a dessert.
I love strawberry shortcake.
It's great.
I prefer it over key lime
I don't
pie.
need the state to tell me it's the state dessert.
Man, this kind of thing frustrates me.
I know it does. But
really
this
does.
is exactly what you mean when you say there's no reason for big government, and this is part of it. And they're doing it just because of the strawberry lobbyist. This is nothing more than appeasing the strawberry lobbyist. Nothing more, nothing less.
How many hours total of Congress's time is it taking?
Oh,
right?
It's already been debated on the floor. Now it goes to another debate before it's taking up hours.
1,000 hours.
And I texted somebody. I texted somebody from Bartow that I met while they were running for public office 4 years ago now, 5 years ago now, because DeSantis is governor this is his last year and he's running again. So I texted somebody who I got to know from the times they were traversing the state, and I was dealing with him as a media member. That's from Bartow, redheaded guy, used to be Secretary of Agriculture. And so I texted Adam, and I go, "What is this about the strawberry shortcake?" And he goes, "We love strawberries down here in Bartow, Tom. We love strawberries. We love the fact that the state dessert's probably going to be the strawberry shortcake." And I go, "Of course you do, because you're a strawberry guy. You're down there where strawberries are. Why does this matter to the rest of the state?" Well, strawberries are a prominent part of the economy. Went total politician on me. Total. Nobody ever gave me a reason, though. No, he still didn't give me a reason, though, why it's paramount that we name strawberry shortcake our state dessert.
You know what I would much rather them focus on? The invasive species in Florida.
You mean like kudzu, the pythons, iguanas?
Yeah, all of those things. There's different fish that have taken over.
Yeah, the tilapia that have taken over Silver Springs that aren't supposed to be there.
Oh, God. Well, and how the heck did they get in there? And by the way, they're a terrible fish, and you shouldn't eat them. They eat poop. But again, I mean, we've got a lot of things going on that I would much rather them.
Strawberry shortcake's very important.
There's a huge issue with our insurance issues.
Oh,
right?
you mean that insurance companies are dropping houses because they've got roofs older than 10 years old? That's a much bigger story, but don't tell the strawberry lobbyists that.
Right. Let's figure that out. Who cares? And again, that's why politicians feel like they're entitled and they can do whatever they want. And I'm sure somewhere somebody is giving whoever started this thing a plaque and saying, "You represent us. You're doing what."
Oh yeah, there's a nice etched plaque, sandblasted plaque or something going to somebody. Sure.
Yeah, and in Southwest Florida, they're having such major issues. They're having to boil their water.
I talked to another legislator. I talked to another legislator over the weekend who said, "I'm kind of tired of all the strawberry shortcake we've been given in our offices and everything. Every day we get another delivery of strawberry shortcake. For the past 2 weeks, every day another delivery, some other form of strawberry shortcake."
I mean, we had a condo collapse. What, 6 months ago?
8 months ago, 9 months, something like that. Yeah.
All right. So it just fell to the
We
ground.
got bridges. We got bridges that are deemed to be dangerous.
And we're worried about shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake, not shortcake. Strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, and again, that's what I would tell my congressman.
And by the way,
I'm sure he would this is an issue somebody else brought up. I'm like, well, stop it.
Yeah.
Tell people to quit
Not
wasting my time.
only have you got the strawberry people on your side, now you've alienated the whole key lime pie world.
Unbelievable.
And by the way, I like strawberry shortcake, but I'm squarely in the key lime pie corner on this one.
I'm probably going to reach out to Stan McLean today. I haven't talked to him in a while. I saw him at the Veterans.
He may not be able to take your call because he's eating strawberry shortcake.
Well, he wore the exact same tie I was wearing, and I told him, I said, this is a real problem. One of us is going to have to take it off, and it's not me. And I know Keith Perry. He's not in my district, but I am calling Stan McLean. I may email him or call him. He wouldn't take my call. But I may call him and say, you need to fix this. This is ridiculous. We got much bigger issues. And quit letting all this, just because your favorability is way up, don't let it go to your head, because I'll vote you out.
By the way, shouldn't there be some sort of congressional investigation into why YouTube keeps taking us off the air? That's more important to me than strawberry shortcake.
No, it's a private company. You just keep playing their game. It's a private company.
Yeah, but it's more important to me than strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, but it has no obligation whatsoever on the state or federal level.
Dadgummit.
It's a
Are you
private
sure about that?
Yeah, you agree to their terms their terms. So
I don't even know what their terms are. I just click yes.
Correct.
Confirm.
Well,
I have no idea.
They have no obligation for free.
First off, if you read all the terms of agreement, it's a 35-minute read. Who's got that time?
I just want to watch cat videos.
That's all. That's all I want to do. You know, I want to watch that fake bush that jumps out and scares people. That's all I want to do.
Well, you know what I have found ever since I've mentioned the cat, I get more videos now on like my recommended feed.
They're listening. They're listening.
Hitting their owner.
They're listening.
Right? Well, they're having like I guess there's something where they stare at each other until the cat hits you.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you're talking about, why it scares you. Hey, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, Bloodmobile today, we're actually at the Publix out on Blitchton Road on the northwest side of Marion County, so come see us there. But as always, we're right on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Give the gift of life, donate blood, save 3 lives.
Galen, I'll join you from Life South every day. Hey, Galen, get your Aaron Rodgers jerseys. Coming to a Hammer Bay Buccaneer team near you. Get your Aaron Rodgers jerseys.
You know what will be great is the Green Bay Packer fans will have a burning.
Well,
that's a fact.
There you go. Maybe you could get some of those on discount. You never know. Galen, talk to you tomorrow.
Exactly. All right, bye all.
We'll be right back after this timeout.
Casting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Senators are very close to reaching a deal on legislation to sanction Russia over its actions on Ukraine, including some measures that may take effect before any invasion. Senators Bob Menendez, the Democrat chairman for the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and James Risch, its top Republican, hope to move forward on the bill this week. Russia has been building up its forces on Ukraine's border for months and has made several demands from the West and NATO countries. Many homes and businesses were without power in Massachusetts after a historic blizzard hit the region over the weekend, with Boston tying its record for the most snowfall in one day, 23.6 inches, and recorded its 6th largest snowstorm of all time. Authorities in New York's Long Island have confirmed 4 storm-related deaths. New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
The heavy snow can result in widespread travel issues.
USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
It's really fantastic. I'm pretty active sports-wise, and no muscle strains. I get up in the morning, like no stiff back, nothing. I never get sick. I mean, literally, never get sick. And if I feel like there's a little something coming on, I'll take like the mega dose. Next day it's gone. I mean, just my overall health is fantastic. And I plan on continue taking this because I'm convinced that it absolutely contributes to your well-being, to your health, to keeping you healthy. Let your body do what it's supposed to do.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 800-246-8751. That's 800-2468-751. Or by going to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code USA.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The Alabama-Florida Peanut Trade Show is sponsored jointly by the Alabama Peanut Producers and the Florida Peanut Producers, and is coming up Thursday, February the 3rd. More details have been announced on the time and speakers for the day. There will be about 400 farmers attending, and it'll be held at the National Peanut Festival Fairgrounds in Dothan, Alabama. They'll have a complimentary lunch at noon, and then the National Peanut Board will make a speech. Bob Parker, President and CEO, will be starting off. Les Crawl, the National Peanut Board Chairman from Oklahoma, will be there. The new online variety tool will be discussed by Henry Jordan. He's with Auburn University, the variety testing manager. Also an update from the legislation in Washington. Bob Redding of the Redding firm will be there. Marketing and the crop update will be delivered by Marshall Lamb. He's with the USDA at the National Peanut Research Lab. And there'll be door prizes from KMC and others. And also giving the welcome and telling everyone hello will be Carl Sanders, president of the Alabama Peanut Producers Association. But that's coming up the 3rd of February, the Alabama and Florida Peanut Trade Show in Dothan, Alabama.
Hey, I'm Rodeo Clown J.J. Harrison. Now, if you've ever seen me in the arena, you know I like to have fun and take chances. But I also take safety very seriously, because rodeo clowning can be dangerous, but so can farming and ranching. Never assume location of depth of underground utilities or pipelines. Before you start work, always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com. It only takes a minute, and it can save your life.
Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
For more on today's news, we invite you to log on to southeastagnet.com. I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have plenty of sunshine today with a high of 66 to 68. Clear skies tonight, chilly with a low of 43 to 53. Then mostly sunny and pleasant on Tuesday, high tomorrow 70 to 72. Wednesday will be partly sunny, another nice day with a high of 74 to 78. Mostly sunny Thursday, mostly cloudy Friday. We expect showers late Friday night. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always